you Pontiac fans out there, here's your numbers. This was made at night in 1971. We got a B on this port. The crud under here. So the tap is a 5/8 11. Hey, I got some heads to tear down today. I got a 2.7 Sprinter diesel. The tip of the injector came off in here and peppered this chamber. Then I got a pair of replacement heads for that 217 that was busted. Look at these valves. Look at this one and that one. They're tuliped. Those cylinders ran lean. I'm going to throw all the parts away on this one because I'm not going to trust them. I'm going to use the parts out of the other head, so I'll be tearing these apart with a socket. Then I got a set of Pontiac heads, 400s. In for a full build. We got springs. We're doing the block, crank, rods. Look what somebody did to this hole. I'm going to have to weld that. Then I got a pair of 993s here that are in to change the seals, springs. Check them out. They already vacuum tested good. And we got a bad stud right here I'll be taking out. I'm going to start out with this 302. They brought me the valve covers to tank, the intake manifold. They left the water neck on it. Also, I'm going to be removing this from the bottom of the intake manifold. This is going to be full of carbon. The heads are getting magnafluxed, vacuum tested, and surfaced. And I'll be chasing these smog port holes so they can plug them if they want to, like this has a plug in it. The other end's open. Hey, happy Monday everybody, how we doing? Let me get these Fords in the wash and then we'll get the other ones torn apart. I don't want to use air on this, I want to break them loose. That way they won't snap off maybe. You guys are right in the way, by the way. How's that view? Yeah, doesn't look like they had any antifreeze. Now for these are called drive pins and it's got a twisty thing. With a sharp chisel, got to get under it. The crud under here and in this tray. We'll get that all cleaned up for them. This is what I was talking about, that twisty thing, that technical term that I used. And I'll be reusing these. I'll put them back in for them after I clean everything. You just hammer them back in. Now I'm going to pop out these grease plugs. Okay, I better go check on lunch. It's looking good. That corn's done. Last thing I'm going to do before I put them in the tank, this engine has a smog pump and it gets exhaust gases from the ends of the cylinder heads in the rear. I asked him if he's going to take that pump off. I would. And he wasn't sure. So what I'm going to do is tap these, and there's an insert. It's called a thermactor plug. They come from the factory. In the front of the engine it has these screwed into it, and it gives you the accessory bolt holes at the top of the head. So I'll tap him that way. If he wants to put them in, they'll just be able to screw in. So the tap is a 5/8 11. Here it is. It's gonna be awesome. Got tomatoes from the garden. Baked beans, bushes beans, pickle. I put these on it. You gotta try this shit, it's good. Here's Bears. He's more of a plain kind of guy. He only likes mayonnaise on his and he doesn't eat beans, I don't know why. And I'll cut this off for him. Don't let your dog have a thing of corn, it'll kill him. They'll swallow it and it'll choke him up. Where's David's? David's not here. David took off Wednesday night. He went to Washington to the in-laws for the Labor Day weekend. So I'm gonna dig in. I'll be back in a minute. That was delicious. For this next job, it's 217, then I'm gonna use a hammer and a socket. That's production, the way production people take their heads apart. Don't do it if you're gonna reuse your valves. it'll put a dent in the stem. So I'm just going to hyperlapse the whole thing. It'll be like 30 seconds. So these heads have a positive seal on the intakes, a ring and band, that's the seal I prefer. They had just an umbrella on the exhaust, which is great, and they all had O-rings on them. So you just pop these off with a screwdriver. Very easy. There's actually 3 valves that were tulipped. See the shape of it? Kind of hard to tell. But you can really tell by the diameter. See how much smaller that is? So these were literally getting sucked out of the head. They were probably glowing red hot. I would think that this thing was TDI, or is it not both? TDI and throttle body. And one of the squirters on this bank was running the cylinders lean, and that's what caused that valve damage. So aside from those 3 valves, the rest of these parts are probably good. I don't use stuff that's probably good. It's in there if you want it. Okay, let me go get something else. This will be another 30-second teardown, hyperlapse. Got some valves that won't come out. The keeper grooves are expanded a little bit. You stick a file right over the keeper groove. For all you Pontiac fans out there, I decided to let you know I hate Pontiacs. I work on them, but I don't like them. I'll show you why. The freeze plug's out of this. You ever take a freeze plug out of one? You'll hate them too. Also, why is the intake valve 30 degrees? That's just dumb. I don't like the exhaust ports either. But I do work on them. I work on everything. You Pontiac fans out there, here's your numbers. This was made at night in 1971. We've got a B on this port, 9 and a 6, and a 6 here. I'm not sure what this 3 means. And this says 1010. This one has a 5. I think there's something with a 5 and a 6. Maybe that's made one right after another. I'm not sure. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. Okay, let me go get another head. I forgot to say, somebody cut these for a positive seal. They don't come from the factory with anything but O-rings, and they've been knurled. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Now I'll go get another head. Okay, I got the 993s up. Let's get them apart. Okay, somebody has gotten into these before, and they knurled the guides, like the Pontiac, and they installed ring and band seals and umbrellas and shims. They don't come with shims from the factory. I forgot to mention those Pontiac shims are nice shims. They're very hard. This valve train doesn't look too bad. We'll get it all cleaned up and I'll check the guides. You can't check the guides. There's oil on them. You'll get a false feel of how they are. Okay, so these are ready to go in the tank. Hey, remember I said we weren't doing a valve job on these? No, I didn't mix the valves up. Look here, they numbered them. Okay, now it's time for the last head. Now for the seals. I have these seal pliers. They work really good at the beach at catching them. That was pretty cool how they all just fell out. I should have took them out before I took the seals off. There you go. One stinky diesel ready to go in the tank. Did I mention I hate diesels? Oh wait, that was Pontiac, huh? I hate diesels even worse. Look at this. That's just from touching those valves, and I wipe my hands with a rag. I don't do diesels. I don't know what's the matter with me. I got suckered into this one, and David got suckered into those blocks that we have, the bore jobs. And they gunk up the tank. They stink. It's all over my hand. It's yuck. Anyways, I don't mean to complain on this Labor Day. Hey, why is it we take off the day of celebrating labor, of getting everything straightened away as far as overtime and all that? I think Labor Day should be one of the days that everyone's mandatory to work, even if it's Sunday. That's just my thoughts on that one. Hey, you enjoy your work day tomorrow, since you probably all had a 3-day weekend. I'll be back in here again. Gonna be machining something for sure. Appreciate you guys following me along. You guys have a good night. Be nice to each other. Wash your hands. Yuck.